Brooklyn Nets fans. You just can't get enough, can you? Enough isn't enough for you guys, man. But look, good news, more good news coming your way. You guys picked up LaMarcus Aldridge over the weekend. Let me tell you something, Mario. I think this is a relatively decent pickup. Uh, Over his career, he averaged 19.4 points and 18.3 rebounds in his 15 NBA season. So he's been in the league for a relatively long time. As for his seasonal stats, he's averaging 13.7 points and 4.5 rebounds, which isn't bad. Um, and this article was written by Adrian Wojnarowski. All right, Mario, you go first. What do Brooklyn Nets? We already know what the Brooklyn Nets situation is. They're in win now mode at this point, so I'm interested to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations to LaMarcus Aldridge. Let me tell you something, Nate. This Brooklyn Nets team really doesn't stop.
It's like
Like
they
they,
haven't they feel like they have everything, but then they're like, nah, let's just get another guy just in case.
they make me want to not aggressively throw my phone because I'm not angry at it. I understand. It makes me just want to toss them in my bed because I really don't want to even read the news no more because I feel like every single free agent wants to hit Brooklyn or LA. You're absolutely right, and preferably it's Brooklyn. Like, first of all, you had KD and Kyrie. Okay, personally, I didn't think that was going to be enough to win the finals. I think LeBron and AD could have took them. Then you were like, hey, all you can talk sports. Shut your mouth and watch us get James Harden. So I was like, all right, I'll shut my mouth and watch you guys get James Harden. And I thought that was enough. I was like, all right, Brooklyn Nets easily are going to do this. Then I see KD and he's not playing like a lot of the season. I was like, all right, I don't know what the hell's going on here. And they were like, hey, all you can talk sports again. Shut your mouth, or Mario, shut your mouth and watch us get Blake Griffin. I was like, really? Okay, whatever. All right, you're creating a God squad. But I'm like, all right, it's going to stop there, right? They're like, hey, Mario, shut your mouth again for like the fifth time and watch us get LaMarcus Aldridge. So at this point, Nate, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut my mouth because the second I open it is the second they grab somebody. So look, but I mean, all due respect, this year, LaMarcus Aldridge, he's averaged 13.7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.7 assists. Not bad stats, but I mean, look, you look at that Brooklyn Nets team, man, and I thought the Lakers were good. I think the Brooklyn Nets are just on a whole different level, man, to be real.
I absolutely agree.
The Brooklyn Nets, and then everybody else. This is what it is right here. It's like the Brooklyn Nets, and then everybody else in the NBA. Or I go Brooklyn Nets, LA Lakers, and then the rest is just below. Nobody's competing, I don't think, right now with the Brooklyn Nets. But you look at that team, Nate. You start off obviously with like Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, DeAndre Jordan, Joe Harris, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin. Do I need to say more? Like, I don't know, man. I think it's the Brooklyn Nets this year. That's all I gotta say. It's the Brooklyn Nets this year. Like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to react to this. Like, obviously, LaMarcus Aldridge, decent pickup. I completely agree with you 100%. After that, I don't even know how to respond to this. It's just the Brooklyn Nets this year. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Now, here's the only problem I have with that. Okay, you're building a big market. Yes, in the future, because I don't think Blake Griffin's gonna. I could be wrong. You know what? I said I was gonna shut my mouth, but I gotta say one more thing. I don't know if Blake Griffin's gonna be there next year. I don't know if LaMarcus Aldridge is gonna be there next year. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. How much money do you actually have in order to keep all these guys? And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The Brooklyn Nets, I think they got a decent amount of money. You know what I'm saying? But in the future, how much are you really gonna have? You know, because remember, you still reset when KD's contract's up, resigning him. I think that's a gimme. James Harden, when his contract's eventually up in the future, come years down the line, I think resigning him's a gimme. Kyrie Irving, that's a choice right there you got to make, whether you want to resign Kyrie Irving or not. But personally, I think that's a gimme. I think you got to keep those big three. But then everybody else, what do you do? You know, everybody else, what do you do? And it's all about keeping the players happy too. Like we've seen it with Golden State. We've seen how big of a powerhouse they were for so long, right? And all of a sudden, players were getting more unhappy. 2019 or 2019, yeah, 2019, they started kind of collapsing.
Yeah.
So, and then you started seeing the team kind of, kind of move on. Obviously, Klay Thompson's hurt. We wish him the best of luck. KD ended up leaving after that injury. Iguodala left. So now it went from a God squad in the Golden State Warriors in 2017 and 2018 or 2016 as well to Steph Curry and Draymond Green. That's it, you know. And then it went from like Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, but it's not the same team. You know what I'm saying? So in the future, is Brooklyn going to be able to keep everybody and keep everybody happy? You know, that's the question right there. That's the question I have. And with that being said, I mean, I do wish Brooklyn the best of luck. You know what I'm saying? I do wish them the best of luck. But look, as for now, we're looking right now at the present, 2021. It's not even fair at this point. It's not even fair at this point.
Like,
It's Brooklyn and that's it. I don't care who they're playing. It's Brooklyn and that's it. So with that being said, I wish the Brooklyn Nets the best of luck. Not that I need to because they already got a God squad on them. So with that being said, I'll pass it on to you, Nate.
I don't wish you too much luck because this is well, first of all, the Celtics are one of their rivals, so I can't wish them luck because I'm a damn Boston Celtics fan who's crying because this is something that they should be doing, but they're not because they're the Boston Celtics and everything's collapsing on them. This is what I got to deal with, people. This is what I have to deal with. Like, I don't understand. But look, you're right. What else do you want me to say? Like, like I'm gonna be honest with you, Mario. If the Brooklyn Nets do not make it as far as if the Brooklyn Nets don't even make it out of the second round of the playoffs, it's gonna be the most disappointing team, possibly of the decade. Even though the decade just started last year.
I'll go a step further, Nate. If the Brooklyn Nets don't win the finals this year, I think this is the most disappointing team to be real with
Yeah,
you.
I'll even say that.
Unless you go up against like LeBron's Lakers in Game 7 and he absolutely kills everybody,
Oh
which
yeah,
we've seen before. LeBron James Game 7, like or Game 6, his eyes light up like red and he just ends up destroying the team, the
I,
opposing team. We've seen it before, so I wouldn't be surprised. But let me
I,
explain something, Nate. If they don't win the finals, I think it's going to be a very extremely disappointing team.
it is. It absolutely is. Like I talk about the 2019 Dodgers and how disappointing they were. You know, the way they lost in the playoffs that year. The 2019 Tampa Bay Lightning. They won
Right,
62 games and then they got swept in the first round of the playoffs by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Mario still loves that moment. Damn it. The Falcons a few
right.
years back they blew that 23 lead in the Super Bowl. Like those are all disappointing teams. But this team right here has everything that those teams didn't have. Every single one of them is a superstar. Every single one of them. Or at one point or another they were. But most of these guys on this team are a superstar either right now or at some point or another. That's something the Dodgers, the Lightning, and the Falcons in the day didn't have. You know what I mean? And all those teams were anticipated to win their respective championship, and they didn't. But
Right.
the
But you can even
Nets
like
don't win
you
it, dude.
can
I'm gonna be honest. This
right.
is gonna be one hell of a disappointment.
Right. And you need so many teams that were so great and failed. You can even stay in Brooklyn. Look at that 2014 team. Look at that 2014 Brooklyn Nets team, the one that traded with the Celtics so the Brooklyn Nets can get Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett,
No, that was
Darren Wood,
what do you call it?
Joe
That was
Johnson.
2010, 2011 or something like that.
No, because
That was a little bit. What
2010 the
was it?
Celtics won the NBA Finals and they
Oh wait,
stayed
that's
it.
right. Never mind. It
Remember when
was
the
after
Heat were
that.
going in 2012 and 2013? I think it was 2014 that happened because I checked out the roster in 2014. What had all three of them on there, but that was when they had Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, Brooke Lopez. That was an insanely good team too, and look how that team turned out. They couldn't get past the second round.
The Milwaukee
So
Bucks in the last couple of years have been a relatively disappointing team too.
right, Milwaukee, I feel like they're different. You can't,
Yeah,
they don't got a
they're
god.
different, but you could make a
They
case for
got Giannis, but they don't got a god squad.
them.
So
Oh yeah,
like, but looking at the present, looking at this Brooklyn Nets team, that's definitely more overpowered than what 2014 had.
yeah.
They cannot if
Like,
everybody stays healthy, right? If everybody stays healthy, if Harden, Durant, Kyrie, those are the main three. If they stay healthy, then obviously you got DeAndre and Joe Harris. But if everybody can stay healthy, right?
mhm,
If this team does not win the finals, I feel like this is the most disappointing team in NBA history.
it will
Period.
be. And like we all
But
talk
if they
about how
can
the
win it.
Boston Celtics are going to be a very disappointing team this year, and quite frankly, they're definitely going down as one of them. This year's Boston Celtics definitely going down as one of the most disappointing teams in NBA history. But if this Brooklyn Nets team does not win a championship,
Right.
You're
But
gonna
not
hear
even.
me in
But
a
if
few months going off on
but
this
we got
team.
to look at. But we also got to look at if they do. If they do, you can make an argument for this being one of the most dominant teams we've ever seen.
Ever. Absolutely.
So, hey, I'll let you end it, Nate.
Yeah, well, man. I'm not wishing the Brooklyn Nets too much luck, even though they continue to shut me up every damn day, make me cry in the corner. I can't do this no more, man. I can't. But look, as an analyst, I do wish the Brooklyn Nets the best of luck. But as a Celtics fan, I need you guys to lose to the damn Celtics, man.